Hey, travel insiders, it's Angie Lask with Trips with Angie. I am a travel agent that specializes in Disney vacations and the Caribbean. And this is my daily update. As you know, I do these daily updates on kind of the latest news in the travel world and also on a theme. So this week we've been covering how to choose an all-inclusive resort. So first up are some updates out of the Caribbean. Sadly, there is a huge hurricane headed towards the Pacific coast of Mexico. It's expected to hit landfall just south of Puerto Vallarta, and right now it's a Category 5 and the strongest storm that's ever been recorded. So very worried about the people of Mexico right now. That is a beautiful area and a beautiful country. And if folks remember, Cabo San Lucas was hit very hard last year, and they're just recovering now. So sending out lots of love and prayers to those folks. Hopefully everybody is able to evacuate safely and the storm weakens before it hits landfall later today. Whenever there's a hurricane, it triggers a lot of questions about travel insurance. And a hurricane is just one of the many areas where travel insurance can help you. I always buy travel insurance. I think it's an important investment. When you're investing in a vacation, you investate a lot of time and money to go on vacation. And so it's important that that investment's protected. And to me, it's worth the 7 to 10% of the trip cost to make sure that I'll have the protection I need, the emergency evacuation protection, the protection for the cancellation if there was an emergency in my family. So those are just big, important things to think about as you're choosing your vacation. On a lighter note, there's some pretty fun updates coming out of Disney. I don't know who out there is a fan of Disney Infinity. Let me know in the comments below, but it's a video game where you put a little figure on a base and then you use that figure to play in the game. Well, Disney has recreated a life-size one of those for kids as part of their Oceaneers Club on the Disney Dream. It's going to debut next week. So kids will get up on a life-size pad that looks similar to the pad used in Disney Xfinity and be able to interact via a large video screen. So it's kind of like a video game coming to life, which I think is pretty exciting. Right now, that's exclusively on the Disney Dream cruise ship. So hopefully they'll be expanding that to other ships over the next few years, because I know some of you I have booked Disney cruises for in upcoming months. So I'm really hopeful that that program will expand. The other update out of Disney is one I am personally very, very excited about, and that's Chef Rick Bayless is going to be opening a restaurant at Disney Springs. Disney Springs is the rebranded Downtown Disney. Rick Bayless is one of my favorite chefs. One of my favorite restaurants is Frontera Grill in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm so excited that he's bringing an outpost of that restaurant right down here to Orlando, Florida. I am really excited about all the changes that are happening at Disney Springs. Chef Art Smith has announced he's going to bring a restaurant. Morimoto's bringing a restaurant. In fact, it just opened a few weeks ago. So lots of exciting stuff happening at the food scene at Downtown Disney, now named Disney Springs. So those are the big updates this morning. To continue on our series of how to choose an all-inclusive resort, it's day 3. So if you remember, day 1 was where are you going to go? We talked about the differences between Mexico, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic. Day 2 was when are you going to go? We talked about how the weather, religious holidays, and even lobster season can impact your trip. And so today we're going to talk about being sure to investigate how far the resort is from the airport. So when most people take 7 nights, they'll go for a 7-night trip. They'll be gone for a whole week. So having an hour and a half transfer from the airport to the resort isn't that big of a deal, just part of getting there. But for folks who are doing a long weekend, that's a real bummer that you've flown all this time, you finally get your luggage, you finally clear customs and immigration, and now you're saddling up for an hour and a half ride to the resort. Even with a private transfer, that is not the best way to start your vacation. So it's really important to look and see what that transfer time is going to be, especially if you're just going for a long weekend. The other thing to check is the topography of the drive. So you want to be sure that you can handle it. Some of these islands are volcanic, meaning you're going to be winding up and down dormant volcanoes on very tight roads. And if you get car sick or motion sick, this is going to be pretty miserable. So we can look into getting you a ferry transfer or a helicopter transfer, or finding a resort that's closer to where you fly into so that you don't have to worry about it. So that's another big consideration. So I want to hear from you. So let me know in the comments below. Do you get car sick? Would that be a concern for you? what is your ideal transfer from the airport to the resort? I have to say, I stayed at Secrets Montego Bay earlier this year, and that was a 10-minute transfer. Maybe 15-minute transfer. And that was amazing. We did the expedited VIP through Customs and Immigration, and we were, from the time it landed to the time we were sitting at lunch, was about 45 minutes, which to me was exceptional and will be hard to beat at future resorts. So again, I am headed to Cancun tomorrow for a travel agent conference. So tomorrow's update will be from the airport. Yay! And then look for updates from Cancun the rest of next week. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Happy traveling!